Welcome back to BikeBeat, where we dive deep into the machines that move us. Today, we're talking about one of the most anticipated motorcycles of 2026, the Kawasaki Z1100. This bike is Kawasaki's latest flagship in the Streetfighter category, and it promises to bridge the gap between raw leader-class power and refined daily usability. It's a machine designed not just to perform but to impress, both visually and mechanically. So let's take it for a deep look, no hype, just pure bike talk. The Z1100 sits above the popular Z900 in Kawasaki's lineup and just below the wild ZH2 supercharged monster. But unlike the ZH2, which focuses on forced induction insanity, the Z1100 stays true to the naturally aspirated inline-four formula that made the Z lineage legendary. It's powered by an all-new 1,099 cubic centimeters inline-four engine producing roughly 134 horsepower at 9,000 revolutions per minute and around 112 Nm of torque at 7,600 revolutions per minute. That makes it a seriously muscular street bike, able to hit an estimated top speed of 150 miles per hour while maintaining a broad and usable mid-range. Kawasaki has engineered this motor to deliver smooth, predictable torque off idle and explosive pull through the mid-range. That balance is key for a naked bike meant to handle both commuting and weekend canyon rides. This engine traces its heritage to the Ninja 1000 SX and Versys 1000 platform, but Kawasaki has retuned it for the Z1100's more aggressive, Streetfighter character. Throttle response is sharper, the exhaust note deeper, and the fueling more direct. With Kawasaki's latest ride-by-wire system and assist and slipper clutch, gearshifts are buttery smooth, and aggressive downshifts won't unsettle the chassis. A bidirectional quickshifter is expected to be standard, letting you tear through gears without touching the clutch. The Z1100 weighs about 221 kilograms wet, which isn't featherlight, but Kawasaki has worked hard to keep the mass centralized. The trellis-style frame helps balance rigidity and flexibility, enhancing feedback in corners. Combined with a slightly shorter wheelbase and wider handlebars than the Ninja 1000, the Z1100 feels more eager to turn in and more stable under throttle. The suspension setup includes a fully adjustable inverted front fork and a horizontal backlink rear shock with preload and rebound damping adjustments. These components allow riders to dial in comfort for daily rides or stiffness for weekend track days. Stopping power comes from dual 300mm front discs with radial-mounted monoblock calipers and a single rear disc, all backed by Kawasaki's cornering ABS. The feel is progressive but strong, giving you confidence whether you're braking hard into a turn or controlling speed in traffic. The tires, 120/70 front and 190/55 rear, deliver ample grip, while the traction control system ensures the rear doesn't step out unless you tell it to. Now, let's talk about the look, because you can't talk about a Z-bike without talking about its design. The Z1100 follows Kawasaki's Sugomi design language, which means aggressive lines, hunched forward stance, and a sense that the bike is ready to pounce even at a standstill. The front end features a compact LED headlight unit with distinctive daytime running lights that resemble the eyes of a predator. The muscular fuel tank flows seamlessly into the minimalist tail section, exposing the frame and giving the rear wheel a bold, open look. Every line and panel screams performance, the kind of styling that makes you want to park it where people can see it. Despite the aggression, the ergonomics are well considered. The handlebar position strikes a perfect balance between comfort and control, wide enough for leverage but low enough to feel sporty. The seat height is around 820 mm, approachable for most riders while providing good visibility in city traffic. The foot pegs are slightly rear set, letting you lean into the bike when carving through corners without compromising long ride comfort. This balance of posture and positioning makes it a true all-rounder, sporty when you want, manageable when you need. Electronics are a big part of the Z1100's identity. It comes equipped with a full-color TFT display that supports Bluetooth connectivity via Kawasaki's Rideability app. That means you can access turn-by-turn navigation, track your ride data, monitor service intervals, and even receive notifications for calls and messages directly on the dash. Multiple ride modes are available: rain, road, sport, and a customizable rider mode allowing you to tailor power delivery and traction control to your preferences. Cornering ABS, traction control, and power modes work in sync thanks to an IMU that monitors lean angles and acceleration in real time. It's a comprehensive package that gives you confidence without interfering with your fun. One standout feature is the inclusion of electronic cruise control, which makes long-distance riding much easier. Kawasaki's attention to comfort shows here. They know riders in this segment want performance, but they also expect practicality. Other premium touches include keyless ignition, LED lighting all around, and optional heated grips. These details push the Z1100 closer to a do-it-all machine than a pure hooligan bike. Out on the road, early test riders described the Z1100 as refined yet ferocious. It's easy to handle in city traffic, thanks to smooth low-end torque and predictable throttle control. Open the throttle on a stretch of empty road, and the engine wakes up with a spine-tingling howl that's pure Kawasaki. The acceleration is instant and thrilling, and the stability at high speeds inspires confidence. Even at highway cruising speeds, the bike feels composed, the engine hums at low RPM, the vibration minimal, the ride steady. Wind protection is limited, as expected from a naked bike, but the headlight cowl and tank design deflect enough air to make long rides tolerable. Fuel economy sits around 17 to 18 kilometers per liter depending on riding style, which is decent for a 1.1-liter inline-four. The 17-liter fuel tank gives you a real-world range of about 280 kilometers between fill-ups. Let's talk price. In international markets, the 2026 Kawasaki Z1100 is expected to retail between $13,000 and $15,000, depending on the trim and region. That puts it right in the mix with the Yamaha MT-10, Suzuki GSX-S 1000, and Ducati Streetfighter V2. Considering the quality of components, power output, and technology on board, the Z1100 positions itself as a strong value proposition in the leader-class naked category. If Kawasaki manages to price it competitively in markets like India or Southeast Asia after import duties, it could become one of the most attractive big bikes on the street. In terms of riding experience, the Z1100 is built for riders who want the adrenaline of a superbike without committing to an all-out race posture. It's for those who love the raw sensation of an exposed engine, the torque surge of a big inline-four, and the aggressive character that only a naked Streetfighter can offer. Whether you're carving up back roads or blasting through city streets, the bike feels alive, visceral, mechanical, but not overwhelming. However, no bike is without flaws. The weight could feel heavy in slow-moving traffic or tight U-turns, and the wind blast at triple-digit speeds will test your neck muscles. Maintenance costs, as with any liter-class motorcycle, will be higher than midweights. But these are trade-offs every rider in this category understands and accepts. In short, the 2026 Kawasaki Z1100 is everything you'd expect from a modern Z, bold, fast, aggressive, and unmistakably Kawasaki. It honors the Z heritage while embracing the future with advanced electronics and refined engineering. So that's our deep dive into the 2026 Kawasaki Z1100. If you're as excited as we are about this machine, hit that like button, subscribe to BikeBeat, and drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about Kawasaki's new leader Streetfighter? Is it the perfect blend of power and practicality, or would you still lean toward the wilder ZH2? As always, ride safe, keep the rubber side down, and we'll catch you in the next one.